September 26, 1983. Just after midnight in a secret bunker south of Moscow, every screen in the room turns red. The system is reporting one word: launch. According to the computers, an American nuclear missile is in the air, heading for the Soviet Union. Protocol is simple. Report it up the chain. And the chain answers with retaliation. Full retaliation. This is the story of the night one man's gut feeling stood between the world and nuclear war, and why you have probably never heard his name. To understand that night, you need to understand 1983. The Cold War is at its coldest point in 20 years. Both superpowers have thousands of warheads aimed at each other, on hair-trigger alert. Warning time for a submarine-launched missile, about 10 minutes. And the Soviet leadership is genuinely paranoid. Just 3 weeks earlier, Soviet jets shot down a Korean airliner that strayed into their airspace. 269 people died. Moscow is convinced that an American first strike could come at any moment. Into this atmosphere, a brand new early warning system goes on duty. Its name is OKO, the Eye. The Eye lives in a bunker called Serpukhov 15. Satellites watch the American missile fields, and computers decide what counts as an attack. On the night of September 26th, the computers make their decision. One launch detected, origin, Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. Then a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth. The system checks itself 30 times and reports its confidence level as highest. Sirens are screaming, the screens are flashing the word start. This is not a drill message. This is the real interface for World War III. The man in the commander's chair that night is Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov. 44 years old, an engineer by training, not a career soldier. He helped build the very system that is now screaming at him. And he has, at most, 15 minutes before the missiles would arrive. Think about the choice in front of him. If the attack is real and he calls it a malfunction, his country loses the ability to respond. If the attack is fake and he reports it as real, the Soviet response kills hundreds of millions of people. By the book, there is no choice at all. The computer says attack, his job is to pass it on. But something feels wrong to Petrov. Why would America start a nuclear war with 5 missiles instead of 500? Why do the ground radars looking at the horizon see nothing at all? And how likely is it that a brand new system works perfectly on its first real test? So Stanislav Petrov picks up the phone and tells headquarters, false alarm, system malfunction. He has no proof. He later said the odds felt like 50-50. And then the entire bunker waits. If he is wrong, the first detonations will arrive in minutes. The minutes pass. Nothing comes. No flashes on the horizon, no seismic shocks, nothing. He was right. Weeks later, investigators found the cause. That night, the autumn sun, the satellites, and high-altitude clouds over Montana lined up at exactly the wrong angle. Sunlight bouncing off the cloud tops looked to the sensors like the flame of launching missiles. A trick of light almost ended the world. You would expect medals. Instead, the incident was classified, and Petrov was reprimanded, officially for gaps in his logbook. The system could not be wrong, so the man had to be. He left the army a year later, suffered a nervous breakdown, and spent decades in a small apartment near Moscow. The world had no idea it had almost ended. The story only surfaced in 1998, when a retired general published his memoirs. Suddenly, journalists were standing in Petrov's kitchen. He received international awards, and a documentary called him the man who saved the world. Petrov himself never liked that title. I was just doing my job, he said. I was simply the right person in the right place at the right time. He died in 2017. The news took months to reach the public. Here is the uncomfortable part. The 1983 incident was not the first nuclear false alarm, and it was not the last. Faulty computer chips, training tapes loaded by mistake, a flock of geese on a radar screen. Every time, the difference between an error and a war was a human being who hesitated. The machines have gotten faster since then, the decision windows shorter. Whether the next Petrov gets his 15 minutes, nobody can promise. If you want more true stories that sound completely made up, subscribe to Mind Rush. History is full of them.